question again, Mr. Wiggins.
There was a moment in time that you were considering hiring Mr. Barker as your defense attorney, correct?
I don't know that I was considering that. I was listening to him.
Well, you met with him, correct?
Yes.
And you consulted with him about the facts of your case.
Yes.
Ms. Redlick. During the course of this incident, you armed yourself with a knife, did you not?
Yes.
And in your direct testimony, you said that you used a, quote, long knife to kill your husband, correct?
Yes.
Which knife did you use to kill your husband?
A long knife with a brown handle?
The one on the floor?
Yes.
You cleaned that knife afterwards, correct?
No.
So that it never made it into the sink.
No.
You said that you used a sharper knife to slit your own wrist, correct?
Yes.
Which knife did you use to slit your wrists?
It was a silver one.
That was in the sink.
I think it was.
So that knife made it into the sink.
I think so.
Did you clean that knife after you slit your wrists?
I don't recall cleaning it, no.
So the knife that you selected to stab your husband was a bit duller, correct?
I suppose.
Let's talk about the actual, or your story regarding the death of your husband. You have told this jury that he has taken a bite of your hamburger, correct?
Yes.
And then he spits it at you,
Yes.
right? It's at this point that you stand up
Yes.
and you grab that McDonald's bag and such, and you begin to throw it on the counter or the island, right?
Right.
Mr. Redlick is behind you,
Yes.
and you feel yourself get hit in the head.
He grabs me and I fall. Then I get hit in the head.
I thought you stumbled.
Yeah, well, he grabbed me first, which I tried to turn, and then I tripped up on my feet and fell.
So you fall, and then it's while you are still on the ground that you feel something hit your head.
Yes.
Could you tell if it was an object or a fist or something else?
Elbow, fist, I don't know what it was.
But not like a blunt object like a bat or a mallet.
I didn't think it was an object, no.
It's at that point that you are pulled back up by your hair. Is that what happens next?
Well, I attempted to get up on my own, and he was too far on top of me, so
Where are you at when he's now too far on top of you?
coming up, trying to get up off the ground.
Where specifically? Where specifically, or is he too far on top of you to get on top of you?
So am I using this?
Permission to allow the witness to use the laser pointer, Your Honor?
Yes, that's fine.
How do I do this?
I might need to turn it on for you. Here. It's on. Put the laser pointer to where you were whenever he was too far on top of you for you to get up, please.
I'm in this corridor between here and here,
Okay? So,
facing that way, on my knees.
on your knees, facing towards the cabinets on the far wall where the scale is at. Yes? And when you say he's too on top of you to get up, is he actually standing, he's standing over you at this point?
Yes.
And is it this point that he picks you up and by the hair?
No, I'm going to get up like this, and I don't know where exactly he's at, but I know his head slammed into my head.
So as you're getting up, you feel your head on his head.
I feel the back of my head on his head.
And then is it that point that he takes your head and he slams it onto the stovetop area? Yes?
I wouldn't say right at that point, no. I reached up and with my right hand to pull myself up. And as I'm pulling myself up and trying to turn around, To face him, that's when he grabbed my hair and slammed my head onto the...
Slams your head into the stovetop, yes?
Yes.
And at this point, you have a 6'1", 240-pound man pressed against your body, yes?
Yes.
Pressing you against that island.
Yes.
The next thing that you say happens is that he begins to take his fist and he's rubbing it in your face. That was your story, right?
Took my head and he held it down. It was a very awkward position. I couldn't move because it was hurting, and yes, he had me pinned, so he held my head down first.
So your neck is sort of like cricked against the corner of that island at that point?
Yes.
Now he's using this force to keep your head down.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And he is still on top of you. His 240-pound body is still pressing you into that island.
Yes.
You can feel the island on your body.
Yes.
This is when the rubbing happens?
Yes.
Because he doesn't hit you.
He doesn't punch me, no. Well, he hit me in the back of the head, but...
In the back, where your hair covers, correct?
Yes.
On the skin that's exposed, he doesn't strike. And then is it at this moment that he decides that he's gonna put his hands over your nose and mouth?
Yes.
As I understood it, you are at this point sort of turned sort of a little bit over, correct?
Right.
So your side and your arms are sort of being pressed into the island.
Yes.
And at this moment, this 240-pound man is putting all of his weight and effort and rage into your body.
Yes.
And you can feel it in your ribs.
No, I can feel it on my face and my head.
You don't remember feeling anything in your ribs as he's crushing you into that island?
I mean, yes, the whole left side of my body was hurting.
So he's on top of you, pressing you with all that rage and all that might, and you are, as I understand it, able to, with him on top, reach over with your left hand or right hand to locate the knife.
My right hand, that was the only free hand I had.
Is his chest on you? His chest is sort of pressing into you?
No.
More his stomach and his arms?
More his legs and his arms, yes.
Okay, so with the free hand, you are able to grab the knife from that far drawer at the end.
Yes.
Your testimony is that he doesn't immediately react to you getting the knife, correct?
He reacts, he lets my head go.
A little bit.
Yes.
And when he lets your head go, you're able to go from sort of this position to more like this position.
Able to break my arm free, yeah, the left arm.
And now you're kind of squared up with Mr. Redlick.
I wouldn't say squared up, I don't know. It was kind of an awkward feeling, so.
More squared than you were. You're not sort of twisted like you were before.
Right.
You're sort of more.
My legs are still kind of twisted, but.
Legs are twisted, but now your back is kind of more square than it was before.
Yes, I'd say that.
And Mr. Redlick is still right there, pressed up against you.
Yes.
And his reaction to, because he doesn't have his hands on your mouth anymore, right?
Right.
His reaction, and he's still full of this rage, correct?
Yes.
You see it in his eyes.
Yes.
He's angry.
Yes.
And you think that he's going to maybe kill you in this moment.
Yes.
And he sees you with the knife. And his reaction, you say, is he takes his hand and he shoves with all of his might your chin back against that island, correct?
Yes.
And so now you feel that the edge of that marble pressed into you.
Somewhat, yes.
Well, so he wasn't pushing that hard?
Yes, I mean, I felt it, yes.
Because he's pushing hard.
He shoved me, yes. He shoved my face back, yes.
Well, if it wasn't that hard, you should tell the jury if it wasn't that hard.
Just that my lower body was kind of twisted, so, and I know what I felt, but, you know, I don't know how it looked.
But you're not saying he didn't use an extraordinary amount of force to sort of push you back against that island, correct?
He absolutely used force to push my head back, yes.
And it's in that moment that you take the knife and you jab it into his shoulder.
Right.
But that doesn't stop him. That doesn't dissuade him, correct?
After he stabbed, yes, after he was stabbed.
Well, yesterday you said that he still kind of kept coming after he was stabbed.
I don't know that I said that.
You said there wasn't an immediate reaction to him being stabbed and that he sort of continued to force himself on you for...
When I grabbed the knife and I held it again toward him, he did not stop.
So he stops when he gets stabbed. That's your testimony today.
Yes, I mean, yes.
So you're able to go from sort of this position now more upright.
Yes,
You sort of feel the release of pressure off your back. Yes?
I feel the release and pressure of him off of me.
You feel his hand, which had been forced down your face, come off, correct?
Yes.
And he is standing there and he begins to bleed, yes?
I don't know. I ran.
You ran. So let's talk about that. You told the 911 operator the altercation started at 10:30, correct?
Yes, I think.
You also told the 911 operator that you heard moaning from the bathroom, correct?
I think I did say moaning at one point.
So when you're in the bathroom and you're hearing moaning, Michael's alive.
Yes.
Do you recall telling the 911 operator that after you emerged from the bathroom, you found Michael on the floor and you tried to give him mouth to mouth? You remember saying that, yes?
That I did what now? I'm sorry.
That you gave him mouth to mouth after you emerged.
Yes.
And you testified to that yesterday.
Yes.
You also talked to Terrell Tucker about that, didn't you?
Yes.
And in fact, you told Terrell Tucker that you gave him mouth to mouth until you vomited on him, correct?
No, I did not say that. She's totally wrong about that.
She's wrong about that.
Yes.
When you were sitting with Terrell Tucker, you saw her writing notes when you were talking, right?
I saw her handwriting notes,
Yeah. Okay.
and I said I smelled something like vomit from coming, but there was no vomit. I said it smelled like vomit. So she got that wrong.
I want some clarity. So you come out, you say it's about 15 minutes, you think you're in, correct?
I don't really know how long. It was a while. It wasn't quick,
Had to be less than an hour though, we know.
right?
So when you come out and you see him, you think he might be being dramatic at first, correct?
That was just an initial thought. Yes, I was shocked.
And then there's blood everywhere.
It's quite a bit of blood.
And you're looking at your husband who's on the floor, not responding, yes?
Yes.
And the first thing that you did was you lift his shirt up to look at the wound, correct? Well, let me phrase it like this. You eventually say you do mouth to mouth on him, right?
Yes.
But before you do mouth to mouth, you lift up his shirt and you look at the wound.
Yes.
And you actually press your hand on that wound and watch the blood flow under your fingers.
I don't know that I got on my fingers, but yes, I saw it.
Well, you touched a wound and blood didn't get on you?
I saw blood come out. That's all I recall.
When you pressed on the wound.
Yes.
Then you do the CPR.
Yes.
But before you do the CPR, you are engaged in this effort to find your phone. Can't find your phone, right?
Right.
And you're looking and this phone, you said, it was well, you see it.
Yes.
It was camouflage. It was camouflaged on a black jacket.
Yes.
This phone, right? So it's camouflaged on the black jacket. You see it, and you get it, right?
Yes.
And you are standing in the immediate proximity of your husband,
Yes.
looking down on him, unresponsive,
Yes.
having seen that wound and pressed on that wound and seen the blood flow, yes?
Yes.
And you realize this is serious.
Yes.
And and you think to yourself, I should call 911 because he needs help, correct?
Yes.
He needs professionals to come in and try to save his life.
I don't believe that he was dead at that point.
You didn't believe he was dead.
I said I believe he was dead, yes.
So you did CPR on a dead man?
At that moment, I was hoping that he wasn't.
Okay, so you thought there was a chance that this man could still be saved, because otherwise you wouldn't have done CPR,
I suppose,
right?
yes.
So you're standing there, you have your phone in your hand, you know, I think this man could be saved. And the best way of saving him is to dial 911, correct, Ms. Redlick?
Yes.
You mentioned on direct that you had no business doing CPR, did you not?
Yes, I'm not trained.
You're not trained, you have no idea how to do CPR.
No,
You've never given mouth to mouth on a person or a dummy or anyone.
no.
So standing there over your husband in this moment where you think he can be saved, knowing that 911 is the route to that possibility,
Yes.
you set your phone down.
Objection, misstating her testimony.
Well, did you keep your phone in your hand?
I'll sustain that.
I don't remember. I just remember looking at his face and I was freaking out. And I'm like, well, and I guess my thought was,
Well, no. I'm not asking what your thought was. I don't care where your phone was at. What I do care about is you're standing over him. You thought I could call 911 right now. And instead of doing that, Ms. Redlick,
Objection again, misstating her testimony.
Overruled.
instead of taking your finger and doing three little moves, 911, you begin to perform amateur CPR on him, correct?
yes,
So you stood in that home with the power to call for help, and you let your husband bleed to death on that floor.
he had already bled to death. When I was doing the blowing into his mouth, I was wondering if I could recover him or something. I didn't,
So which is it?
and I thought there.
Objection.
that
Can
needed to
she
be done
answer the question?
immediately. So
Hold on, stop. Let her finish the question. You said, Ms. Redlick, I was wondering if I could recover him or something. I didn't. And Mr. Wiggins, your question was, so which one is it? That's the last question.
Which one is it? Is he dead, or you think it's possible to
well,
save him?
if he could be recovered, something would have to be done immediately. And so, yes, I thought perhaps I should do that.
So are you telling this jury that you thought it was impossible to both dial 911 and do CPR? You thought
No,
was
it's not
either or?
impossible. No.
So you could have done it,
Yes,
and you chose not to.
I dialed 911 right after that.
No. You, in that moment, you chose not to.
Right.
So in these fleeting moments, you think Mr. Redlick can be saved. You choose not to save him.
I wouldn't put it that way, no.
It is at 10:52 that you make this one and only sort of attempt at a 911 call. You hit 911, 911, correct?
Yes.
And you know that it doesn't connect.
Yes.
No one's on the other end of that attempt.
No.
We're now heading towards 11 o'clock, correct?
Yes.